Hi folks, Brian Young here. Just thought we'd do a little what I'll call a food for thought Friday. We're all dealing with this COVID-19 situation out there, and I had something here just in the backyard. I kind of want to use as a message and an opportunity to say hello to my clients, friends, family, people out there on my social media feeds, etc. And say hello. So we're here in my backyard, and I was kind of looking out at the azaleas coming out, and leaves were coming out on our little, I think that's a dogwood tree we have here. And also, if you notice, we had a big tree limb come down on our fence here between us and our neighbors, and it's kind of trashed. And I was thinking that in these times, we got the flowers blooming. It's a little time for renewal. The leaves coming out on the trees, and we had our fence crashed in on. And I thought, as a metaphorical, as a metaphor, so to speak, is, maybe it's an opportunity for us to kind of take pause. And I think it has. I know in my life and my family and friends I've talked to is kind of, some of us are in really bad hardship situations to not so bad. I don't assume we're all in different stages in dealing with this thing. But regardless of where you're at, the message to me was, and I looked at this and I said, hey, wow, this is something to think about, is maybe it's a time to start really looking at what's important in our lives, looking at the roots that we've grown out, what we're doing in our lives, etc. And I see this fence and I say, hey, maybe it's an opportunity to start mending some fences in our lives. I look at maybe there's some family relationships that I could do a little better. I'm going to come out eventually and work with my kids in fixing this fence. But also, I've taken pause to maybe go out and do a little fence mending. Maybe people we haven't talked to in a while, reach out to them. And take advantage of this time that maybe we have a little more time on our hands to ponder these things. Usually we're so busy doing what we're doing, but I think this is a great metaphor. We got a little renewal going on here, maybe some fence mending, and my business. If I look at my business side, I'm out of business right now until this whole thing resolves. Some of us aren't, but I think all of us have time with this to pause, take a few minutes, think about it. One thing, for instance, is you see folks on social media and all the negativity. There's a lot of positivity. Take something out of it all. Maybe I'd say to people is, hey, why don't you put your negativity on pause and go do some fence mending. Anyway, it's Brian Young here, and I think we're all on one team. This is actually my favorite hat. And I never really thought about it like this. Simple little messaging is we're on one team, and be careful out there. And something else, I think this is to help the community, but I don't think it hurts to, go out when you're out, be careful. I don't know how protective this thing is for real, but it's a part of messaging, it's part of being part of the community, and a reminder to be careful. So you folks have a good day out there. Brian Young, a little food for thought on Friday. Take care.